Pearl on the cards to decide who walks away with this series as we're tied 1-1. I think there was a lot that we were able to dissect. Vansili did a really cool thing with the little tokens and moving things around the map and all that good stuff. But I think the big takeaway was we've got a banger on our hands, maybe.
I mean, it's a map 3. I feel like, what, 2G even just winning a map kind of just makes this a banger, let alone the way they won Ascent, right? Just as convincing as KRU on their best map of Icebox.
And imagine this. This 2G team, Doug, who has 0 match reps on all these maps, they're finally playing one where they have a match rep on.
Yes.
Bro, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe like that will be the problem.
Nah, they're 1-0. They're 100% all-time on Pearl with this lineup.
Okay.
With the sample size
Hold on.
1.
I know we're talking about 2G.
Shy Chamber, though? Wait a sec.
KRU don't play this map. This is brand new territory for KRU. Sorry, I was trying to go back and I was like, when was the last time
probably
KRU
like
played it?
Champs or something?
Champs 2023.
Okay,
yeah, that
so
was
it's
the top game that they lost, right?
It's been a while, but let's go back to comps because you're absolutely right. We got Shy on Chamber.
Yeah, double Senti. I mean, I don't know. Have we seen this style in a second?
We saw this during Kickoff, like this type of comp. We haven't seen it from KRU, but
I guess G2, right?
G2, there was who was playing it in EMEA. I'm blanking on it now, but this is definitely something we have seen. Tons of stall, obviously, but also I think just having the option to take fights with 2 agents that have get out of jail free. Like there's a lot of options to take those aggressive pieces on defense.
And this is a map that maybe KRU did let it slide to third map because they are running double Senti. They get to pick side. They're starting on defense, and again the aggression with double. Oh, they get away. They spot the triple push. That info is huge.
Now look at the minimap though. 2G have walked past this wall into mid. Mid basically belongs to them. They actually jumped over with the third player that got blown away. So coming into this B site is going to be tough, especially with KRU falling back. 3 players now ready to fight into street.
They're going to continue to try to push them.
Wow,
he's down.
Pistols.
But he still has a little bit of work to do. He has been their saving grace in these pivotal rounds. But now they're slowing down after all of the aggression from KRU towards long.
They're pitching street, Doug.
Towards street.
Look at Shy.
Adverso's in a really tough spot. He's going to have to push into the dog. And PXS wins that duel out. But again, it's Shy. You were mentioning the pinch coming around with Kesnit up in heaven. Shy creeping his way out, spotting one. The Chamber already doing work. And Oski is left alone. 15 HP. A stiff breeze will knock him over. Or a headhunter bullet. A great start for KRU.
A stiff breeze. How about a kick to the face? Oh my god.
That was crazy. And it came after.
My gosh.
My pistol goat, Louise.
Can we just say, like, respect to Adverso, though, after that, still finding 2 kills, because those weren't immediate trades. He had to re-swing into the line, hold for the second guy. Really good work from him.
And finally, KRU with a good start.
KRU with a pistol.
Yeah.
And I think that it couldn't have gone any better for them. Not only was it them winning the pistol, but it was Shy getting 3 kills, getting closer to having that ult online, which you imagine is a key part of why they're running this Chamber on defense.
Early B pressure again here. The double salvos to take control. They're grabbing the orb. I love the cloud out smoke. Something you used to see like an Asher recall. If you cloud that smoke out enough, you can just grab the orb from inside of it.
It's free orb every single round, especially when you have such good control over the map, because KRU, they have full Vise set up towards B. There was a trip in Art, and then the Chamber playing in Street too. So basically having these double Sentis allows you to really heavily fight over one side of the map while still maintaining perfect information over the rest against any funny business through mid.
That is where the funny business lies.
Shy spots them. But the fact that they live is a dub.
I mean, still though, KRU have the bot connector spot cleared away. They've got Melzer up in main. Unless he drops to the fade, I don't see a world where KRU get forced away from this A side.
And now he knows that PXS is on the other side.
Ooh, that's a lot of pressure on him though. He needs help.
He's got a little bit of help, but Verso is close by. The TP across though is going to make things notably more difficult. Adverso playing on the other side of the smoke. All of the flashes make this impossible, and it's Adverso who falls first, but Meltzer now striking. It's perfect.
Wow, great use of the flash from Kesnet right there, the double swing. I think a lot of teams would no pun intended, they would shy away after that first kill goes in the direction of 2Game. KRU actually kept going at it, which is the play. I think, you know, if 2G were to collect that gun, get in a post plan, that is very dangerous. I love the continued aggression from KRU right here. Really setting the pace of the game early.
And it's going to keep going. Shy has bought a round 3 operator. He is here to play, man.
No.
Like, forget the ultimate. He's set up down B long right now. And what they're going to try to do is Kesnet's going to take the early angle, then teleport back, and then there's an op still fighting on an active line.
The double TP agents.
There it is. Beautifully set up. Are they? Now they know.
Oh my. That was a tag.
Hurt. 35 HP through the sign.
And I think we can expect more looks like that from KRU. More of these like bait to get Shy into a really aggressive line to be able to punish.
Yeah, but showing the op. If I'm 2G, I'm so thankful that didn't connect as a frag.
Yeah.
You know, now they know they have to take these angles very delicately.
And they've done a good job scaling into sites on the last map. Even that last round, dealing with the player in main, they lost it, but a lot of options to play with. They are going towards the Vi side, though, so part of the plan of KRU's is having that op show over there and then force them into all this util.
That's not going to feel good. Slow them down. Thing is, they don't really know how much is on the other side of this threat. Prowler's going to connect onto Mazzino, push him back off that line for at least a little bit, and now the Salvos will join. But Mazzino somehow finds the tiniest of slivers between a rock and a hard place, and is still in a position to fight back.
Good shock from Adverso on the planter.
Yeah, that's certainly going to help the situation, and Shy's op rings again. And if it's not that, it's Outlaw. They've got a really good shot at converting this bonus. They're going to have to get through silence. One big box left to be checked because Gobert, remember, he took so much damage at the beginning of the round, just 25 HP. Can they convert this bonus? I believe they can. A great start for KRU.
This double Senti is now in dangerous territory, Ender. Pistol bonus for KRU. I mean, we said they haven't had a good start. This is the best start possible.
Oh yeah, this is what you wanted, you know, back on Ascent. This is what it was supposed to look like for them. But here, having the 2 shocks come in, still making it happen on the Sova. And then like having Gobert be the last one alive. That's the dude that got wall banged by the op at the start of the round. So he's just paper waiting to be dealt with.
Again, a 5-0 start for Shy on the chamber. We found value with the op in the previous round, still has it here. I mean, this is a devastating start here if you're 2G.
Scanning ahead.
For as much promise as was shown, the fact that you took it 3 maps is just a nightmare of a start.
Yeah, and you see the Teo drone clearing out all of B right there. Look at the setup. They have the chamber playing Art solo, triple push main. Your TP's a way to bolster the B site. KRU are actually frying on this setup. What a cool setup idea.
This to me seems like their default, right? Where it's a chamber holding both angles in mid with a trip in his body, the Vi solo B, and then an active look to A to farm those early orbs like you're talking about.
Drone out mid once the trip is broken. The whole thing is layered. It's crazy how many layers this round has for KRU.
And then the fact, too, that you fall back into these more passive lines after you've dealt with the main flashes for 2G even becomes harder to force the operator off the lines.
It's hard to believe that they haven't played this map since 2023. For all the preparation, all the cool ideas that they have, the layers that they're showing on their defensive side, this is very well thought through.
Yeah, maybe 2G can phone up Giants and be like, hey, you got any pointers on how you're supposed to beat this team? Wouldn't really help. Completely different comps.
Nice timing on the salvos, but the wall is a problem. That's not even an uncommon wall. But 2G really feel like, it feels like they're flustered right now.
Super annoying, even to plant the spike at this point with 10 seconds left on the clock. They're just looking to do some damage, but I don't even think that's possible. The flash recharges and the triple swing is in. Another fantastic round for KRU. The econ is getting out of control.
Oh, yeah. I think one of the other amazing things about this comp is like, usually, okay, if the Vise is setting up on B site basically every round, what do attacking teams do? Well, they take the Yoru down there, use the clone to break it away. Like, you can kind of just throw a smoke down bot mid and deal with a lot of that utility. But because there can always be a chamber popping up with the op, jumping through a smoke, etc., it becomes way less simple to like take that space sort of lackadaisically without using any util.
Yeah, it's a lot more risky. It's a lot scarier of a proposition, yeah.
Yeah, early timeout here for 2G. Basor, I can't expect that they were anticipating this comp, right? Coming out of KRU, seeing Shy with an op right now. You said, you know, phone in Giants. Giants be like, yeah, Kesnet playing the Jet, and yeah, Shy probably playing like Killjoy or something, right?
Yeah. just
like,
break his util and he's no problem.
No, Kesnet's actually playing Yoru, and Shy is going to be playing Chamber. Like, wait, what?
It's like, what? Kesnet plays Yoru? Wait, Yoru's got a clone? When did that happen? I thought it was footsteps.
I think one of the things we need to talk about here is the way, Ender, you mentioned it at the end of the round, or maybe it was Sean. Both of you are really smart. I don't know. Is the fact that their finances are set up so well, and specifically because, again, it seems like a large part of their defensive game plan is around getting Shy the op. So even if they do afford to lose him a couple of times, they can buy him up consistently because of how well this has gone.
Or he can just ult if he dies.
Yeah, right.
He gets a free one. He gets a free one that has a slow field actually if he dies. So, or gets one kill.
Shy is just set up really well to continue to cause problems for 2G.
And they're still doing this. Now, it's like a couple rounds ago, except this time with the Sova Dart as well to feign this early aggro. Now 2G want to walk back into the space because, again, they probably expect Vise to be set up over here. That's been the more common approach.
But look at how far back they have to drone from, and it's all because Kesnet took the space and then TP'd away. They have no idea he's gone, so they have to invest utility that you would be using on the side hit to clear out space that should be yours to begin with.
Yep, and you can see Adverso playing bottom street. He can hear everything B-Long right now. They also moved back the chamber trip, which was previously top street, actively changing their setups throughout this half.
That missed shot kind of gives a window now for 2G, although rotates have come in. Shy's looking back onto the angle.
And this is what I mean. At this point, they're only at pillar. They're going to drop the Cosmic Divide. You have a couple of Asher Smokes through, but Kesnet's still here. Spam connects onto Askia. They're going to try to brute force their way through this. PXS with his Nightfall.
Look at this Adverso peeling off. He will definitely be popping this Hunter's Fury on. No one can hear the tap, though. They're on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll actually probably use this Hunter's Fury for backhaul clearance.
Maybe a little bit of a recap. Mazzino has fallen. The wall goes down. The ult goes out. And Verso trying to get a tag on a PXS will succeed. No info on the second player, but damage dealt.
15 seconds, Doug.
They've got to scoop that spike up. They're going to have to frag their way through to create a little bit of a safety net, just enough to get to the hard part of the round. A 2v2 now. If you're KRU, you're going to try to flood this out, make it as uncomfortable as possible. 1v1. Spike now grabbed. Oh, it's going to connect. Still getting the spike down. A 1v1. Louise has been a hero for 2G. Melzer on the other side.
Wow.
And he wins out the duel.
Unbelievable that KRU are just winning a fifth here. He just keeps on rolling for them, picks up the operator to toss back to Shy as well.
And I know they're running this double Senti comp, and I know this attack side will be very difficult for KRU, but you need some rounds to work with if you're 2G. You can't be going into this next half with 1-2 rounds.
Oh. Dude, like, Shy whiffed 3 times with the op, and they still won the round.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
You couldn't ask for anything more if you're 2G.
Shy is... KRU is all vibes, and I mean, you say he missed 3 shots. I have to give him credit. He's had such good repositioning. He's not typically an opper, but he's playing it like a top-level opper. He's giving himself outs left and right.
Locating targets.
And now they're back into the default once again, so it's that fight over A main. Oh yeah, let's grab an orb, no problem. Maybe KRU are actually playing a little more aggressive than usual, though.
There's a lot of lean towards A. The TP set up. Askia procs the wall, and they're just going to get back. But again, look at A main. All the aggression is here. Kesnet's playing them close. They had no idea. It's a slaughter, A main.
Wow, on the anti-eco as well. Going for that play is so unexpected.
It's that same play from the last anti-kill. Look at the setup. The Chamber's holding R, the 3-push main. Same exact play, beautiful. The difference here is the Yoru doesn't TP back because you can see Mizzino was playing up in that smoke. He was getting the info. He said, don't come. It's all a fake. They're just using the clone to pop wall. He lets the clone pop wall. Beautiful, man. Crew are playing so well on this defensive half.
I mean, they're playing the composition to perfection. They're getting everything they could possibly want. Money still like crazy. They don't even have to pop Shy's ult yet.
But Doug, it's going to be okay for 2G. They've got the Yoru ult, they've got the Taeho. They just need to run an exec. Forget about getting opt, losing these main fights, whatever. Askia can get it all done with the drift.
You know, well, he's currently kept grounded. The dog out, the op is here. And they really have no way to know. That drone's gonna spud a little bit. I can't believe he checked that anyway.
I'm surprised we're going off the drone and waiting for the ult until now.
Kazet takes the TP in the dugout. He could die, yeah. He pops ult to live.
Is there any help for him? Shy's here. They're all here. Adverso may have just, Askia may have just TP'd into his death.
By the way, Kesnit's back in main now.
Askia had nowhere to go. He thought he was the one being aggressive, but the reinforcements from the defense were perfectly timed.
It's suffocating.
Just when it seemed like they had a window, now Gobere's gonna have to deal with Kesnit himself. On the A main flank. The gravity wall is gonna keep the defuse at bay for a little bit longer, but
You mentioned that Yoru ult, you mentioned the Tail ult, they're both gone. I am losing faith, Ender. I'm losing faith quick.
It is sapping away. Now you keep coping. You say, oh, Vise is coming up. It's going to be okay, guys. But again, that's a round you just shouldn't be possible to lose. And yet, Kesnit's repositioned into main. All of a sudden, there's just way too much pressure going around on him.
Oh. Yeah, I think crew are feeling this game right now. Second timeout is going to come out.
On round 8?
Yeah. This will be the last time these boys get to talk to their coach.
I mean,
Just
after the game, they get to,
Just like me, I think they're going to be losing faith after this round. Faisal, the coach.
I mean, I don't
no
know.
more Faisal.
Oh,
yeah, bro, I don't know how they get back into it.
Oh.
Well,
Ults
yeah, how
are
about you
gone.
come out of retirement? How do they do it, John?
Man, the ults are gone. That's what's making this so
that's the big one.
difficult right
Yep.
now. You know, I'm worried because crew have bust out so many setups that they're just not prepared for, and they're changing what the weak side is. And it's
Every round.
very, very difficult to read because sometimes crew aren't insta-aggressing, and it's hard to tell which site is stacked and which site isn't. You have to sniff out so much of the Senti util, and it takes a long time to figure it out.
Here's what I want. I want 2G to start attacking into the middle of the map again, right? Like, so far the mid has been where it's been a bit weaker because of the early fights being over mains, and then you can maybe have better scouting to find out where the Senti util is going to be stacked up for the Vise.
But again, you can see the chamber trip has been moved all the way to the bottom of street. So if that early util from Tay was used to quote-unquote break it, oh, here we go.
It's the same look. Kesnit can take this aggro fight, TP away, and then Shy's here. They've seen this before!
Man.
They have one idea, but it's a great idea.
That's just very well played by Shy. Dodges the haunt, hops up, gets the kill. Even from Kesnit, hiding his head on the Yoru TP. It's a micro masterclass out here.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me still. I mean,
Shame on you, Doug.
there's a lot of, a lot of the fight behind this attack side is still posted up towards B. Shy a little bit off the mark, but Adverso's going to tuck into the smoke. The Haunt's not going to catch him, and then he's going to be able to get a couple kills in the smoke, or at least attempt to.
A little bit too much, and good missiles to push the operator back. 2G can try to push in on him now.
Shy's going to wait on the other side of this wall. Danger here. Is there anything to flush him out?
Visol now, too.
Oh, he goes into astral form. Shy is stuck. The gun barrel gives him away, and now a fight ensues. Backside. Melser, as the wall goes down, the kills erupt. Crew up 8.
There's just no way that 2G get a moment of hope in that round.
No.
Slam 2 ultimates into it, and then still end up losing.
It's so reminiscent of the last B round, the Melzer 1v1. This B site has been brutal to 2G so far in this half. And with that, we're chilling at 8-0. 2G don't need many rounds, but they need most of the remaining 4.
Yeah. I'm getting flashbacks to Lev Cloud9 on Ascent.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've been seeing so much double initiator, but we're quickly reminded how powerful some of the other doubles are. The double controller on Icebox from KRU, and now we get the double Senti.
Well, 2G, they're going to move back into B. This time blasting backside to try and scale forward. I think they're going to try and grab that last orb for PXS as well to use the Nightfall to scale up into the site. But still have to deal with the Vise Wall before managing that. And by the time that's down, there's going to be a Yoru, there's going to be a Chamber already rotated in.
Shy has so much mid info right now.
surely they don't get cut off by this wall. They've seen it in this position before. They're not even falling behind it. One TP across, and it's sectioned off one person, and that's a person with the spike. If this fight goes, if this fight goes poorly, it's again going to be heart rate for 2G.
What?
The spike's left on the other side of the wall. Now they're not in a position where they can easily scoop it up.
He was fatal to, right?
Yes! KRU can't do anything wrong!
No, that's tragic.
All of the stars aligning.
Dude, there's no way. Even when he's going in the last second of the smoke to grab the spike, he's getting spammed, he's getting shock darted. Spike is still down.
This is, I mean, honestly, this is what I expected on Icebox. This is what I expected on Ascent. This is the KRU that looks like the best team in their group. This is the KRU that looks like they're going to be contending for a spot in Toronto.
Couldn't have said it better. Yeah, I think this team is absolutely at the top of our region. I mean, they're right there with G2 right now, in my opinion. Adverso has done work to this team since joining. As someone that has kept a very close eye on KRU, before this guy joined the team, they lacked innovation, you know.
Yeah,
now when I watch them, they're busting out all these new agents. They're in double Senti. I mean, three kills. Econ doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
We can't even get excited about it. It was a great 3K. It gets him a slightly closer to this Vice ult. What an adjustment.
Yeah, 3K is nice, but that 2K from Masino's nicer.
Are you guys superstitious at all?
Yeah.
You are?
No.
Okay.
Why is that?
No,
Like
it
ghosts
doesn't
and
matter.
stuff?
No, it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Why? What do you?
Doesn't matter. 2G back on this eco buy. It's really weird. Double Guardian Stinger mess.
Man, you know it's rough when Teo has to blast Sign every round.
Yeah.
Bro, Shy, stop playing Sign. That's what.
We're begging you.
Yeah, please.
They also use the Fade Haunt over on the B side as well while
Like they did in the previous round, yeah.
while trying to scale A. It's a bit of a fake, and it's caused a couple of rotates to come in.
Oh, they're gonna get an Astro alone here at main.
Easy dodge.
But they don't have the guns, man.
He gets out.
And there's no threat of a split because you got Shy plating apart.
Yeah, he switched up his spy every round. He's got all mid info again.
The rotates are always so quick from KRU to come into this site. Thorns will make it a little harder to flood out, but Melzer still holding on this angle, sees the shoulder. That's going to be the open.
I'm surprised they're investing in Verso's ult, but trying to deny some of that flood. Gobert grabs the weapon, stays alive. Trying to dodge through all of that utility, but it's just buying time. Silence is the one who lights up the kill feed for now. Still at a deficit, still at a disadvantage. Still in a dreadful position. The need to convert ever so great. In the face of 2, still no comfort to plant the spike, and Gobert is left alone. A 1v3, and he cannot convert. That's 10 for KRU.
Even the timing of those swings there, they've got a player in dugout and Art swinging to fight the same guy off of Sova Ping. Like, come on.
Nah, who are these guys playing? KRU this year are crazy. The util on this team, I mean, even having a chamber in their comp where you would think, you know, there isn't a lot to deal with, not a lot of util. The way they're actively moving around these setups make it so hard for a new IGL like Louise.
You know what's crazy though? Is that Adverso basically just has the kills of Shy and Kesnick combined. Like, as much as we're talking about the Chamber and how those opening kills have been important, Adverso's putting on a masterclass silently.
I mean, when you're up 10-0, there are a lot of things that, that are going well for you.
But he's also gotten like 2 or 3 shock dart kills, a couple of ult kills. His pings from the dart have been fantastic.
You're going to give up some of this art space. You got a flash. Post it up, and Mizzino not too far off, but I imagine they're going to try to play around Silence ult.
There's still that wall and street to deal with. I don't think KRU or 2G have run into that wall. They've seen the Vise util in art before, but maybe only the one time. Finally trying to play these slower rounds, but they're set up for that A split, and that's not going to look good for them, I don't think.
No, and they know it's not safe because as soon as they tried putting that flash up, it got cleared, so they know A main is not
this Vise
theirs.
flash is going to be brutal.
And the ult didn't, I don't think the ult tagged anyone. So they're going to be full guns on this retake attempt. Utility dumped into dugout. Haun's not connecting on anyone either. And they're going to try to fight into main on the other side of this. Mizzino's there to greet him. 2 kills found.
Oh, no.
And now they're the ones who can't fight back.
And that's a Vise ult that's going to hit some B-ball die.
Oh.
Just the perfect response into the mid-fight from 2G. KRU take main. It's too easy.
Yeah, well played by Mizzino. Getting that crossfire. He's smiling. He's laughing. It's like, let me show you how to use this Vise ult. I'll show you how to get people with it. 11-0.
The reposition there from Mizzino was perfect. Dude, and again, the fact that the Vise ult was, or the Vise flash, excuse me, was cleared main should have been a massive alert that they cannot commit to that A split.
What's crazy is we've never seen 2G and VCT play a map 3.
No,
Oh, I remember that game.
But
Oh.
it's Jinx now.
That's early.
Wait, though. EG won champs that year, though.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a sec.
Is this the 2G winning
Wait,
champs
2G
arc?
also have G in their name.
Wait a second. Hold
You
up.
guys are full tinfoil hat here. I don't know that I can follow.
I found that copium thing that, who was it? Wyatt was...
Oh, Wyatt was
yeah.
going deep on the cope.
Wyatt hooked it up.
One of us needs to be the voice of reason. They've gotten up street.
Like, please fight us. Please. Please don't make us go into the setup.
But again, they're going to go into this, like, B hit without control over main. Shy's still going to be down long with the op.
Well out of range of his TP, but the fight against Gobert is going to be a massive one. Meanwhile, Askia continues to struggle.
He's out of the stun?
2.
Come on!
All the pressure alleviated. Kesnick getting another one backside, ultimately traded out, but just when you think there's a little room to breathe.
It feels like KRU has like 8 players.
It does feel that way.
think they do.
It feels like they have 8 players, and it feels like they're playing on one side. Like, the map feels so small right now if you're 2G.
The TPs are crazy. The rotates are always anticipating the moves 2G are making. You know, we were saying that 2G hadn't played a map 3 all year, and I still don't think they have.
Find you.
Okay. Okay. Jesus.
Does it count? I don't know.
I mean,
10 seconds
he
left.
makes a compelling argument. I don't know that I can really argue with that. A flawless first half. A
Switching
level of
sides.
domination that we haven't seen in a
point.
really long time. The double Senzi comp has just made it for a miserable day for 2G.
Yeah, it just really sucked the air out of the room. I mean, 2G are just cooked right now. Chances of winning, just tiny.
But wait, Louise has been really good on pistols.
On pistol rounds.
That's
And they
true.
need a pistol.
Okay, cook, Doug, cook.
And so maybe,
Bring me back in.
Seconds left.
maybe they win the pistol.
Okay.
And then they win 12 rounds in a row.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then
Cook.
we go to OT.
Cook.
Okay.
And then we go to a break. So I stop lying to you guys. We'll see you guys shortly.
Oh.
welcome back to map 3 between 2G and KRU. Ender, you were talking about how 2G were going to put together this ridiculous comeback.
Yeah.
What was the play there?
Well, I think during timeout, all they really have to say is Douglas and win 14 in a row, right?
Something like that. I did read in that break the 12-0 curse.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I think so.
I've heard of that.
I'm unfamiliar.
I just heard about it. I read about it actually on the screen.
You're not a knower?
I mean, you were talking about how good their pistols are. Do you think 2G are just going to ask KRU very nicely to only buy Ghosts and Sheriffs for the whole half?
Do you like all chat that and go, hey, you guys want to?
Yeah. Let's just
for the culture.
Let's just run some pistols, you know?
Does the Headhunter like break that though?
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that on the first pistol with Shy getting 3 kills with it.
Surely that's a trump card.
Ugh.
Bro's got 6 bullets in that thing.
Just creeping up.
There is a wall. There are thorns. There are a lot of members of 2G here. That's the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
You can tell what the idea.
Okay.
Wait. Don't do it to him, Shy.
Be nice now.
Please, Shy.
Why are we orb farming? You're up 12-0. There's not going to be enough.
Shy's such a smart player. This guy has no fun on Chamber. Why?
Do the little things right. They're going to double down on this A, aren't they? They still have the thorns. They're going to have to try to dance around the flashes there.
Wait, Shy has 2 kills.
No.
Shy has 3 kills.
It's down to a 2v2. Shy with 3 kills on the round. The tap is just a fake. The 2 members that remain are still rotating over. And are they going to leave?
Oh, this is silly.
Bro's just carrying around a trip.
30 seconds
Wait,
left.
the
2G
thing
are
is-
leading it.
Yeah,
Wait.
2G are ahead of this. And so they're trying to quietly rotate out back towards B, but the writing's on the walls.
What does it say, Doug?
It says that it's going to be a site hit B. Smokes through. Are they going to try to flood out on the other side of this? Shy
10
overcooks
seconds
out a
left.
little bit. Musters left in 1v2. And I blame production.
Yay!
I blame production for running the stat. It jinxed it.
I blame you guys for talking about it.
No,
I had no part in this. I had no part in
I
this.
don't, look, I didn't want to see it. What I do want to see, though, is Shy having Chamber ult second round right now and closing it out. This guy was orb farming. He was getting. Where is he at right now?
He's got
like
a lot.
2 orbs off or something? 3 orbs off?
3 orbs off. I saw for a second.
No, he's gonna.
He was considering getting an outlaw dished over to him. He's changed his mind.
That would be a silly way to close the map, wouldn't it?
Please get 2 Headhunter kills and grab an orb. It would be so funny. Please.
We've really kind of gone off the rails on this one.
Wait, whoa.
Aggression A. Kesnit's dead.
You know the best timeline? 2G win 10 more rounds in a row, and then lose round 24.
I don't know that I can handle that. I might lose it.
Biggest fake comeback.
That might trigger a Joker moment. I don't think I have that in me.
I'm clearly going crazy if that happens.
I mean, we could go OT if you'd rather.
I don't know that I like any of those options. A dumpy utility towards A, but they've managed to work their way out. Shy will fall. Zeno keeping it interesting, at least for a little while. Oh, we got the gun. That weapon disappeared. Nicely done from Louise. Nicely done from the rest of 2G. And so there were 2.
Are you going to keep counting that up each round?
I mean,
hey, they only have 10 more chances, guys.
Yeah. Can they get through this bonus? It's gonna be rough.
yeah. What's the gun situation here for 2G going into this bonus?
What's the 4 they carried over, but only one
Guardian, Bulldog,
Yeah.
Stinger.
A Vandal on Louise.
Yeah, they upgraded.
And full armor for everyone on KRU.
Yeah. Good save call in that round call from KRU, making sure everyone had full in this one.
Okay. That Astrostar over at V-Long.
A little bit here. Silence spamming into the smokes, not connecting yet. Boy, Kesnit
As
is...
it's cruising.
Yeah, he is running it down.
Man, that wall went up so fast. Gee, what?
I don't think 2G had their guns pulled out in time to try and spam that after a few shots.
Bro made deadlock. It looked like a deadlock wall, like pre-play. It's like, what? That was a Sage wall. What just happened?
And so now that wall's off the board, you have to invest a little bit more of your 2G as far as personnel goes towards protecting that site.
They're actually saying, screw that. leave Luis over on his own.
That drone gonna tag Adverso. It is cleared out, so you know there's at least something there.
Drone coming A main right now. The pinch coming in Art.
Silencer's rotating back B.
Ooh, got the tag.
Ooh, that high angle dealt with by Gobert is nice. And there's a couple players doubled up towards dugout. You've got a player in Flowers too, and those side smokes allow 2G to stop this plant from ever really going down.
They're gonna rotate off. Where is Adverso headed?
He's gonna try and open up something towards Street and find a late round pivot, I think. Maybe not, there's not much time to work with.
No, I mean, if you're gonna try to flip the map, you've got to do it here soon. Time is of the essence. But they're deciding to double down. Full investment towards A. No real option to do otherwise. The flash out, Melser trying to commit to getting a spike down will succeed. As the stuns now erupt, this might just be it. The icing on the cake, Luis and Askia. Left to try to continue the impossible, try to prolong this map. But they might just be one miracle too short. Luis pushing forward, getting the best of Adverso.
What's going on?
That's perfectly indicative of how this has gone. It falls down to a 1v1. Melser with 20 HP. Askia has struggled. 4 and 12, a tap of the spike. The gravity will through, but the spam connects. He's gonna get the defuse, and
yeah, he's got it.
We're gonna play another.
We keep going. They're stringing me along right now. When do I buy in? When do I buy in? Literally the 100 Thieves formula. They string me along, guys.
Me personally, I'm not buying in.
Yeah, I need to see a lot more happen before I believe.
Dude, what is he looking at?
That's
He's doing 360s out there. Not a care in the world.
it has been one of those maps though, hasn't it? A 12-0 half. It's just silly. But they convert the bonus. And 2G are in a position where they should convert at least one more round.
Thanks.
I assure you,
You
Chad,
want to play?
Pearl is not the most
Play.
defensive-sided map of all time.
I don't know.
It certainly does look that way.
It does look that way, though.
KRU haven't won an attacking round since 2023 on this map.
Is this the first time we see the Shy up? Or the Shy ult, excuse me.
We call that the shop, actually.
Yeah.
The Shult.
The shop. Shy up.
The Shy ult.
Okay. Oh!
Well, we're not
Not
going to
very
see it
yes
anymore.
and of you, Doug. We're going to have to work on that for tomorrow.
Not going to see it anymore for this round. A lean towards B into all of this utility. You've got the Vice util.
Oh, the
You've got
thorns
Astra
cannot be
Stars.
popped.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, dear.
On an eco, surely not on an eco, right?
Wait, I kind of like how Luis is playing this, though.
They're going to try to flat out on the other side of this. Do you check the smoke? Yes, you do. You're spam back in exchange. 3v3, guns have been upgraded. Kesnit lit up and now dropped. Melser's going to have to 1v3 to convert this, and he cannot. So 2G gets a 4, and KRU should be able to respond with weaponry.
Wait, they got the Vice ult out.
No,
Why are
come
you
on,
looking at me
come
that
on,
way?
come on.
Wait a second.
You could hear it in that statement. He's trying to get you to buy in. He's trying to get you to believe.
You're not tricking me.
No?
You're not tricking me. No, you're like that guy that's like, oh, come on, I got this crazy penny stock I need you to invest in. It's going to be so good. Look, right now, 2G, they only have 4 rounds. But in a map from now, 2G might be worth millions.
Bro, think about it. If you invest
Yes.
now, the payoff is going to be great.
Imagine investing right now.
Buy in while it's low. Buy, buy, buy.
I mean, hey, they've got 3 ults, guys.
Look, you even got a timeout out of KRU. Coach Adam, he's getting frustrated. Actually, it doesn't look frustrated at all.
Yeah, what's he saying? Like, hey, guys, let's just win 1 round.
Boy, that is not the look of someone who's up 12-4 on map 3, is it?
He's just taking a nap real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just listening. I really love how active Coach Adam has been in these timeouts. You know, they have great IGLs on this team. Melser has IGL'd. Obviously, Adverso is the IGL of the team currently. They are cooking in the games. But during these timeouts, the floor is completely the coach's, and he's dissecting what's going wrong and has tons of new ideas for the team. I'm curious to see what the adjustments are going to be right now.
I mean, surely you can stumble your way into a round win, even if things go horribly, right?
I mean, possibly. Especially, I mean, look, Shy's got the operator in his hands on the attack side. First time minus that one ult round.
The shop.
Yeah, but the thing is, 2G have a lot of ults to work with. So generally, I like when teams play slower rounds against the big ults on the defensive side, try to play like lower numbers post-plant situations, so it's not quite as effective.
I wonder how many rounds so far this game Shy has had an op, because he had an op bonus last half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think he ever rifled last half after the bonus.
He had a Marshall second. So literally had a scope gun like every round.
Yeah.
The rich get richer.
4 rounds, no op.
The speed run, try to pop the wall.
But the wall's not there.
Ooh. It's interesting, Mazino's in art pretty quickly, all things considered, without support behind him. Maybe the adjustment from KRU trying to test the water in mid, see if there's a re-swing into them, something like this, but really trying to spread the map and see what intel 2G are going to hand them.
Askia hearing the drone, clearing it out without getting any info. That's very nicely done. Meanwhile, Gobera now down in the acceleration A. He's got to TP out of there as quickly as he can.
And there is this wall a little deeper towards connector. If KRU can pop that, they'll be able to pull one of these players that's rotating from A back to hold deep con. You all right there?
Yeah, I'm good. I almost fell.
Yourself? What? Doug's having a tougher time out of game than KRU's having in game.
Back towards B, KRU go.
You are divided.
They're going to drop the Cosmic Divide. The stars go through, the dart back sight, and then the Thorns on the other side. They have made it to where Silence cannot leave.
Ooh, but the Nightfall, the Flood Smoke, 20 seconds
great
left.
Flash.
Silence might have been the trap himself. He and Askia left in a 2v3. Off of the flash, very well done. Beautifully timed. He's going to have to get another.
10 seconds left.
The entire round. Silence does not relent.
Yo, what a hold!
And I thought he was in trouble, bro. The Cosmic Divide, the Thorns on the other side, he had nowhere to go.
No, he was big chilling with the setup, Doug, because he moved the wall, right? So this deceived KRU big time. They never expect a double Thorns B site.
No.
They used the clone early. They realized the wall's mid. They're thinking this Vice setup is A. The double Thorns are popped, and he is just holding it down.
Oh, yeah. The support from his teammates insane there, too, right? You have the sight smoke from Louise. You've got PXS trying to swing through the smoke, and you got flashes from Askia on the rotation. It's all there to help him out.
That was actually sick. What a read from 2G out of the timeout from KRU.
Yeah, they had his back.
Double face.
Still a lot of work to do.
The
This
meat
is an
grinder.
eco.
Wait, how long has it been since KRU's won an attack round?
It's been 2 years, man.
Holy.
It's actually a year and a half because it was champs, but yeah, so don't get bogged down in the details.
2G get to 6. They've got a couple of ults. Silence has his ult. Gobera has his ult.
I'm not very good at math, Doug, but I think that's halfway.
Imagine if they won a couple of those rounds in that first half. We would be singing a totally different tune.
Yeah, because you had like the 1v1 down on low HP. There were a lot of rounds that could have flipped their way, just didn't.
I mean, it's like you said earlier, the problem is that there's so many things KRU can do to just fluke out a round, right? Like, there's just so many ways to just steal around with ults.
Talk about it, though. Kesnit's got the Dimensional Drift and a Bucky in hand. If there's ever a way to steal away a round, it's to teleport right behind someone and shoot them in the head with a shotgun.
The Zekin special.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a jump scare. There are 2 here, so he's got to be cautious about it. This does not feel safe. The stun, and all of a sudden, the jump on the other side of the TP is not there anymore.
Early ulti out from Art.
Flooding back out.
Wow. The
Big
only
from
guy
Shy.
sticking on site with these ults, they're forcing them off the spike.
Look at Askia.
2G already on the defuse.
The Hunter Shuri invested. Adverso looking to land the shots, splitting the uprights, not connecting. Gobera might go down. No, it is a second whiff. Gobera's going to get the defuse.
blocking
He's
the
body blocking, but it stops. Still at half. A 3v3 left for it. Adverso and Meltzer trying to pull this apart on their own, and they do.
Attackers win.
That's how that ends.
Oh, they had it. Man, respectable effort in that second half from 2G.
Definitely.
I love the fact that they didn't quit on us there. It was a brutal third map, if we're being honest, right? Down 12-0, nothing going their way in that first half against the double Senti comp from KRU. Gotta give flowers to KRU, though. I mean, busting out this comp doesn't seem like a very KRU thing to do, historically.
Sure.
But they smell different this year, I'm not gonna lie.
They're a little stinky, but in a good way, you know, with the chamber peaks going up. All the play behind Sign I thought was really cool. How they mixed it up as well, you know, whether or not it was going to be those fake B main fights into the op there or the really aggressive A main holds with the chamber more passive towards mid. I think it was really hard for 2G to ever get a comfortable read on what this team was doing round to round.
No, and I think you guys said it best. For as much as 2G gave us maybe the slightest glimmer of hope, it really did just fall apart at the end there, and they put themselves in a spot where you were talking about it in the first half, Sean. They need to win a couple to have a shot at it, but the hole they dug themselves was just so deep that there was no way out.
It really was. I have to give credit to Luis. He stepped in this IGL role. That was a hard half to call, right?
Yeah.
This is a learning experience for him. Every week he's probably going to learn new things. First third map for 2G in the last 5-6 matchups. So this is uncharted territory for them as a team. They're also the counters they have to deal with. I did mention they played Pearl previously. So KRU had some footage to work with on this third map. You have to wonder if that played a factor here.
It was, I mean,
they cooked.
They cooked. They cooked in a massive way. A 2-1 win for KRU as 2G fall just apart at the end. We'll see you guys on the other side of this break.